Good morning everyone. Ginawa ni Ma'am tong video na to para to cover up the discussion na hindi natin natapos last week due to mga activities and at the same time nakapag-absent din si Ma'am. So we discussed already what is ethics. Okay, then we discussed also what is morality, the basis of morality. Bakit natin kailangan pag-aralan yung ethics as a student. Then, ano yung mga basic points why we study ethics? So, natapos natin to. So, proceed tayo dito sa importance of ethics. So, we have here, number 1, indispensable knowledge. So, pag sinabi natin indispensable knowledge, this kind of knowledge is very important for us to know. Kumbaga, it is necessary. Then, at the same time, ito yung mga knowledge that we cannot be ignored. Okay? So, ano yung pwede nating maging example nito? Pag sinabi nating indispensable knowledge, ito yung dapat tayo as a person, it is our a must na dapat nating alamin kung ano yung tama sa mali. First yun. Then at the same time, yung mga pwede nating example na pag nakasakit tayo ng ibang tao, alamin dapat natin na yun ay mali. Okay? Then, we have also na very important talaga na knowledge that we need to know the rules na being imposed either within our community and at the same time the laws of the society. So, a must yun na dapat nating alamin. Okay, next we have number 2. Sabi dito, without moral perception, man is only an animal. So, ang ibig sabihin po nito, tayo as a person, ginawa tayo ng Diyos, we have the ability to think. Judge, mga judgeries tayo. So, alam natin that every action that we do have a certain consequences. So, ano yung pinagkaiba dito? Ano yung gina-emphasize dito? That we as a person, our morality, yung moral na meron tayo, yun ang nakapag-separate na sa atin compare sa animal. Bakit man? Because we already know what is right from wrong and we have the ability to understand things after doing a certain action. Okay? Yan ang best explanation natin sa number 2. So we have here number 3. Without morality, man as a rational being is failure. So ang ibig sabihin po nito, pag sinabing without morality daw, tayo daw ay failure. It means that we as a person, we know to analyze situation. Then, we also know how to consider consequences based on what we did. Then after that, we as a person also, we choose our action wisely. So, bago tayo gumawa ng mga certain action, pinag-iisipan muna natin yun. Okay? Hindi tayo gumagawa ng something na gagawin natin na hindi natin pinag-iisipan. Set aside na lang kung ano yun, being an impulsive person. Okay, next. Skip natin tong 2 division of ethics. Hindi na sa need i-emphasize. Proceed tayo doon sa sinabi ko during our online. We have here the human acts versus acts of man. So, pag sinabi natin human acts, basahin natin definition, action performed by man knowingly and freely, deliberate or intentional actions or voluntary. Actions are the results of conscious. Emphasize nyo ito, highlight nyo talaga pag sinabi nating human acts, we as a person, we are being conscious. Alam natin kung ano yung ginagawa natin. Sometimes, yes, mga ilang percent pinag-iisipan pa natin. Then, we have the control. Tandaan nyo po yan, the control of our action. Tandaan nyo yan. Next, basahin natin ang acts of man. Action which happen in man, yes, instinctive and are not within the control of the will. So, makita na dito. Sabi dito sa human acts, you are the control. Pag sinabi naman ng acts of man, wala kang control based on this act. Ay, yung magiging example nito, itong biological and physiological movements such as yung metabolism ng ating katawan. Yung pagpapawis natin, sometimes yung nafe-feel natin based on our emotion, yung takot, yung galit, nandito din yung pagmamahal, which is the love, yung pagsiselos natin. Ito yung kumbaga kusa lamang nating nararamdaman and at the same time, it can affect our action. Okay? So, totoo naman yun. So, halimbawa, pag galit tayo, ano yung nagagawa natin? Sometimes, nakakapagdabog tayo. Okay? So, balik tayo. So, paano natin i-differentiate yung dalawang ito? So, tandaan lamang po, pag sinabi nating human acts, okay, kanina may na-spot na tayo pag sinabi nating human acts, ito makikita natin, we are being conscious based on what we are doing, may knowledge tayo, then we have the control. Pag sinabi nating acts of man, ito yun, not within the control of the will. So, yan ang tandaan. So, another one, pag sinabing human acts, done, okay, with knowledge. Ito yung we have the freedom as a person to think before what we do. Sometimes, pag-isipan muna natin kung ano yung gagawin natin. Then, as a person, we know what we are doing and we are morally accountable of what we are doing. Pag sinabi natin accountable, ano yung magiging outcome nun, the result, tayo yung magiging liable kung either positive or negative man yun. Pag sinabi naman nating acts, bigyan man natin ng example ng human acts. Pag sinabi nating human acts, halimbawa yung pagsisinungaling, we have the option na pwede tayong magsinungaling. We have also the option na pwede nating sabihin yung katotohanan. Okay, yun mag-example natin. Next, we have here the acts of man. We as a person, okay, tandaan nyo, we could done without full of knowledge. Kung pag sinabi yung act of man, pwedeng mangyari kahit hindi mo pinag-iisipan. So, ito yung sinabi natin, yung pagpapawis, yung biglang takot na nararamdaman natin, kumbaga nangyayari sa atin as a tao and we are not morally accountable based on the action that happens here as acts of man. So pero pag halimbawa, pwede natin ma-example yung pag-sneeze, yung pagbahing. Makonsider natin siya as acts of man because we cannot able to control yung pagbahing. Pero, yung pagbahing sa harapan mo ng kaklase mo, doon mo talaga binuga yung laway mo, pag-sneeze mo sa kanya, then, pwede, hindi nga natin control yun. Ang pwede na lamang nating magawin after that is, alam natin na mali yun yung pagbahing sa harapan ng tao. And we can say, excuse me, and say sorry. Okay? Baka sabihin nyo kasi yung pagbahing is a human act, kailangan pa natin pag-isipan. No, it's not. It is an act of man, yung pagbahing natin. Kasi we cannot able to control Okay? Bigla lamang yan nang hihiyari sa ating katawan. Kaya sinabing acts of man. Sana naintindihan ninyo yung difference ng human acts saka acts of man. Next, we are going to proceed here on the elements of human acts. So we have number 1, 2, and 3. Differentiate natin yung tatlo na yan. Pag sinabi nating knowingly, sabi sa definition, when the person fully understands what he is doing and has the ability to appreciate the consequences of his actions. Okay, highlight natin, we have here the consequences, okay, of his action. So, ano ibig sabihin pag sinabi nating knowingly? Ihawan ko ginang edo, karumbit ba? Okay, pag sinabi nating knowingly, we have the awareness of what we are doing. Okay, elaborate pa natin. We as a person, we understand what we are doing. Okay? Lahat tayo alam yung ginagawa natin. Okay, iset aside na lang natin kung yung tao na yun ay something may hindi talaga capable. Yung mga Down syndrome, yung mga special child, yung mga example natin. Kasi in terms of their moral, hindi pa totally developed. So, pwede natin may example pag sinabing knowingly, yung student nagsinungaling sa teacher na wala doon siyang assignment kasi hindi siya nakabasa ng information sa GC. But, at the first place, that student already know that lying to the teacher is bad. It's not good. But, the student knows, but the student, ipinagpatuloy niya pa rin para lang masave yung sarili niya na makapag-reason out lang sa teacher. So yun, knowingly, yung based on the explanation. Next, we have here, deliberately, open and close parenthesis, freedom, when the person did his actions intentionally. Pag sinabi natin deliberately, keyword nyo dito, yes, tama, intentionally, naka-highlight na, very obvious. Okay, ito, intentionally. No, it's not. Mali yung shade ko. Okay, pag sinabi nating deliberately, ito, intentionally. Keyword yan ninyo pag sinabing deliberately. So, ano nga ba yung deliberately? We as a person, before natin gagawin yung action na gagawin natin, pinag-iisipan muna natin. Okay? Sometimes nga nag-overthink tayo, yun magiging example. Okay? Kumbaga, pinag-iisipan mo na bago gawin. Yun ang deliberately because we have the freedom. Ano yung magiging example natin dito? Yung student, nag-cheat sa quiz. Okay? Nag-cheat sa quiz. Before siya nag-cheat sa quiz, pinag-isipan niya muna yun. Bago niya ginawa yung pag-cheat sa quiz. Hindi yun na pagpasok niya sa classroom, pag-take ng quiz, cheat daw yun. No, it's not. Alam ko pinagplanuhan. Ikaw as a student, papasok ka, hindi ka prepared, papasok talaga sa utak mo. Mag-cheat na lang, okay? So, pinag-isipan yung mga ganong bagay before ginagawa. So, yun ang magiging example natin. Nag-cheat ka during the quiz. After nimo nakapag-desisyon, nga himuon gina nimo kay nga naman wala na kay time mag-study. So, pwede maging example yun. Next, we have here, number 3. Freely and voluntariness. When the person perform his action voluntarily. So, what does it mean? Nga tayo na tao, we act with, pag sinabi natin, kumbaga, pag sinabi freely, kumbaga walang pumipilit sa atin na gawin yung mga bagay na yun. Yun ang tandaan ha. We as a person, we act, kumbaga, without any force that affects our action or decision. Kumbaga, pag sinabi hindi ka tinakot, okay, hindi ka naman gi-pressure. Okay, kasi pag na-pressure ka, may something, may force, may takot, kumbaga, may kasunduan, pwede natin may example yun, hindi na freely. Kumbaga, yung action na ginawa mo, hindi na yun siya voluntarily your own decision. Okay, tandaan ha. Yan ang magiging example natin. Kumbaga, dapat, pag sinabing freely, own talaga natin siya na choice. Bakit natin siya ginawa? Okay, hope you understand the elements of human acts. Next, ano po pwede natin i-discuss? We have here, wait. Hindi ko na ito isali ang kinds of human acts. Hindi ko na din siya sinali sa quizzes and exam. So, proceed tayo dito sa moral distinction. We have here, eto, moral distinctions. Okay. Sinabi dito, dictates of reason. Pag sinabi din moral distinction, ito yung, kumbaga, ito yung nagpupush atin bakit tayo gumagawa ng certain action. Dictates for a reason. Okay, ibig sabihin, sinabi dito, stands for the norm of morality, which is the standard by which actions are judged as to their merits and demerits. So, what does it mean? Ano po yung ibig sabihin pag sinabi nating moral distinction? Okay, it means, we as a person, we know the differences of our actions and choices. Okay, tandaan niyo yan. And, we know how to judge, okay, in terms of the action of others. We know how to judge also the situation. We know how to understand. And also, our own action, we know how to judge. Okay, we can able to separate what is right from wrong. Okay, pag sinabi nating, pwede natin may example nito, is that helping someone, kung gusto mo tumulong sa ibang tao, magbigay ng pagkain, something like that, magbigay ng damit, we have a certain option. Pwede kang kumuha ng pambili ng gusto mong itulong on your own money, which is the good. Okay, another option na pwede natin gawin, pwede kang tumulong sa ibang tao, pero yung magiging source ng ibibigay mo, like yung mga sa pagkain, sa clothes, is pwede mong gawin galing sa, example, sa pagnanakaw. Okay? Kaya, kumbaga, the reasons or the moral distinctions is that yung sinabi dito na the merits and demerits. Okay? Ano ba ibig sabihin ng merits and demerits? So, ano nga ba pag sinabing merits and demerits? Pag sinabi nating merits, ito yung we as a person, we are responsible of our action. Okay? Then, pag sinabi natin demerit, it focuses only on our action, which is yung negative na yung outcome. So, we are fully accountable to that. Next, We have here the classification of actions according to the norms of morality. We have 1, 2, 3, moral, immoral, amoral. So, pag sinabi nating moral, it was given here, close and open parenthesis, it's good actions. Good actions are those actions which are in conformity with the norm of morality, good, right, in line with the norms of the society. Pag sinabi natin conformity, the society accept that kind of action. Kumbaga, if you do this kind of action, wala kang maririnig na bash. Kumbaga, dili ka nila bash based on these actions. So, ano ba pag sinabi nating moral? This kind of behavior, kumbaga, ito yung you as a person, you are being guided by what is the standard. Kumbaga, you know the ethics or the principle of ethics kasi alam mo kung ano yung gagawin mo, kasi alam mo ano yung tama sa mali. Ito yung actions na ginagawa natin with intention of doing good. Kumbaga, ginagawa natin dahil gusto natin yung magiging outcome natin is good. Okay? Hindi ka matatawag, ginagawa mo is moral nga, align sa moral, pero yung gusto mong purpose is hindi good. No, it's not. Pag sinabi nating moral, tandaan po, yung purpose, why you did, bakit mo ginawa yung ganyang action is gusto mo, okay, conformity sa society, in line with the norms, okay, and yung goal is only for good, fair, and just. Okay, ano yung magiging example natin dito? Ibig sabihin, example, we as a criminology, pag naging police tayo, sa susunod, pag kayo, dapat, in terms of enforcing the law, implementing the law, dapat without bias. Okay? You have to respect human rights also in terms of like arresting. Okay? Dapat idaan nyo talaga sa due process. Which is, yan yung align based on the law and at the same time, align din po from the moral or the norm of the society. Next, we have here the immoral. Bad actions, okay? Kabaliktaran ni moral are those actions which are not, okay? Tandaan nyo pag sinabi nating immoral, yung magiging keyword nyo dito, not in conformity with the norm of the morality. Kumbaga, hindi tanggap. Kasi nga, mali. Bad siya against the norms of the society. So, ito yung mga mali na ginagawa natin. Example, i-relate natin, same pa din ng example natin kanina, kayo pag maging police kayo next time. Ang pwede natin example as immoral. Halimbawa, pag gusto nyo lang ma-promote, then gusto nyo ma-promote agad, then yung nilagyan nyo ng ebidensya na hindi naman sa kanya yung isang tao. For example, nag-bypass kayo, tapos pag-bypass nyo, negative naman pala, para lang maging successful yung ginawa yung bypass, giplantahan nyo na lang sang pila ka kilo nga drugs para maging successful. Which is, hindi na yun align based on the law and at the same time sa mata ng tao, which is the norm of the society. Pwede pa natin mag-example yung corruption na ginagawa. Then at the same time, yung pag maging police kayo sa susunod, yung pag hindi pag-follow sa human rights. Alam niyo naman kung ano yung human rights. Next, we have here number 3, amoral, indifferent actions are those actions which stand neutral. Keyword nyo dito, ito yung neutral lang. Pag sa moral, conformity, align sa norms of society. Pag sinabi naman nating immoral, not in conformity sa norms of the society. Pag sinabi naman nating amoral, neutral in relation to the norm of morality. So, ano nga ba yung si amoral? Ito yung like certain action of us na wala tayong awareness, wala tayong concern. It was being done without considering the ethical principles that exist in the community or either in a certain organizations that we have. So, ano yung magiging example natin dito? For me, magbibigay ko na example is yung robot na machines. Because they are neutral, they are doing just without thinking, okay? Pwede din natin ma-example dito yung mga persons with yung mga anti-social behavior. Yung pag sinabi natin anti-social behavior, kumbaga they make a decision strictly without considering the impact or the consequences kung sino man yung magiging apektado sa gagawin nilang actions. Okay, kumbaga neutral lang, which is amoral. Okay, yan ang keyword ninyo. Next, we have here, skip natin ang modifiers of human acts. Hindi ko na ito isali. Next, ito yung, yes, kasali pala si modifiers of human acts. Isa-isahin lang natin kasi naka-isa-isa naman pala sa next pages. So, we have here, ignorance. Absence of knowledge, one ought to possess. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin? Okay, very understandable, naka-highlight na absence of knowledge, one ought to possess. Dapat, dapat meron kang alam sa ganyan, pero hindi mo alam. Okay? You're supposed to have that kind of knowledge, pero wala sa'yo. That is, you can be considered as an ignorante nga tao ba kumbaga. Okay? Pasok tayo sa classification of ignorance. We have vincible. We have vincible here. Okay? Pag sinabi natin vincible, pag sinabi na, hindi pa talaga ako makasulat dito kasi wala pa akong pen. Highlight pa lang yung magawa ko. Vincible ignorance means we as a person not knowing something you should have known. Okay, ano ibig sabihin nun? Not knowing something you should have known. Hindi mo inalam yung dapat na aalamin mo as a person. Okay, so ano yung magiging example natin dito? Student failing an exam because they did not study. Simple as that. Saan ba doon ang not knowing? Not knowing something you should have known. Dapat as a student, it is your responsibility to know kung kailan magpa-exam. Alam niyo yan as a student. Kailan magpa-quiz, aalamin nyo para makapag-prepare kayo. But you as a student, not knowing mo, kumbaga, hindi nyo naman ginawa yung responsibility nyo as a student that you should have known na mayroong mangyayaring ganyan, then sana nag-study kayo. Next, we have here the invincible ignorance. Pag sinabi nating invincible ignorance, ito yung ignorance siya na hindi na talaga natin ma-overcome. Kumbaga, in short, cannot be overcome. Bakit? Has no way of knowing the truth. Keyword nyo dito, pag sinabi nating vincible, ito pa yung pwedeng alamin. Pwede makasulat. Pwede alamin. Okay, alamin. Pag sinabi nating invincible ignorance, okay, ano ba? No way, no way. Wala na talagang paraan in terms of knowing the truth. Okay, intindihan niyo lang. Okay, ano yung magiging example natin pag sinabi nating invincible ignorance? No way of knowing the truth. Example nito, yung mga tao na pinalaki sa mga isolated area, yung mga hindi sila exposed in terms of the certain rules that we have here in the community. Kumbaga, there is a certain tradition na dapat dito lang sila. So, hindi sila exposed sa mga knowledge na nilang malaman that will help develop their morality, to develop their moral in terms of knowing what is right from good. Pero, hindi sila nabigyan ng chance because they are being isolated dito sa majority here in the community. That is why, no way of knowing the truth. Okay? Kasi sometimes may gina-follow sila na tradition. Dapat, kung dira ka na lang, may sometimes gani na hindi na sila pinapaaral. Okay? Based on the reason of what, okay, kung ano may yung rason na meron yung parents nila. Okay, erase ko lang muna. Okay, truth. Balik natin. Okay? So, yun ang magiging example natin. Pag ito naman, we have here the affected ignorance. Ito yung mga taong in denial. Ito yung pwede kong tawagin na mga in denial person because pretending not to know. Okay, ito lang. Yes, yung cue. Pag sinabi natin affected ignorance, pretending not to know a certain information, then pag nangyari na, pag abot na ng time na nagkasisihan na, in denial na kaagad. Okay? Meron ganitong note, ignorance of the law excuses no one, that it implies that no one should not act as in the state of ignorance, and that no one has done wrong, may not claim ignorance as defense. Okay? Kahit irason mo pa na wala ko kabalo, kahit me as a teacher, kahit irarason nyo sa akin na, ma'am, wala ako ka-study, ma'am, bakit wala gi ko kabalong magpa-quiz kagali subong. But it's your responsibility to know as a person, then you should know. Kaya hindi magiging rason yung pagiging ignorante mo sa batas. Kasi it excuses no one. Kahit na may alam ka man o walang alam. Okay, next, our topic. Proceed tayo dun sa passion. Okay, na isa-isa na pala dito. Meron palang slides. Gi-explain ko directly, okay? Invincible ignorance is simply ignorance that cannot be overcome. Ito yung sinabi kanina, invincible. Okay? Example, two siblings opposite sex who got separated when they were infants even and marrying each other. Okay, katangahan. Kaya wala man nag-reunion man gud ang pamilya, supposed to be dapat karon magparentihanay gali sila, nag-asawahanay. Oh, pag sinabing invincible, cannot be overcome. Ignorance that cannot. Okay, next we have vincible here. Meron pala definition, ignorance that cannot be overcome. With due diligence and effort, part of the agents. Okay, naka-highlight talaga dito ha. You should exert effort on the part of a certain agent, or yung gina-specify dito, we as a person. Dapat meron kang i-exert na effort in order for you to overcome that ignorance of yours. Okay? Agent must be aware of his ignorance for him to dispel it. Okay? Yung sinabi na dito, you have to know kung ano yung mga hindi mo pa alam para maiwasan ng tawag kang ignorante. Sabi nga dito, as a student, here the rumor regarding new school policy, but he is unaware whether it is okay. Kung natin basahin yun, okay na yung example ko kanina. Okay, affected ignorance, sabi dito, agent is very much aware. Okay, keyword nyo dito, much aware, very na, much pa, and fully capable of overcoming his own ignorance, but without exerting much effort. Okay, kumaga ito yung mga taong, okay, example natin dito, a police officer helps a murderer escape after knowing it was his brother. Okay, pagkatapos yung patakasin, sabi ko kanina, in denial na kaagad si police officer. Kasi may alam siya, pero wala siyang gi-exert na effort para i-report yung murderer kasi nga kapatid niya. At the end of that scenario, magiging in denial siya. Okay? Next, we have here the passion. Either tendencies towards desirable object or tendencies away from undesirable or harmful things. Passion, it means it is a strong emotion. Tandaan nyo pag sinabing passion, pwedeng isulat dito intindihan na, strong emotion. Wala pa ko'y pen. Strong emotion that can influence. Tandaan nyo yan ha. Pag sinabi nating nalalapas na sa earth, that can influence, ano ang na-influensyahan niya? Ang imo nga action. Pwede pod ang imo nga decision as a person. Okay, pag sinabi nating passion, a strong emotion that can influence action. Nalagpot akong laway. Okay, balik. Okay, again, pag sinabi nating passion, a strong emotion that can influence action and your decision. So, ito, we have here the classification of passion. We have here positive emotion. Pag sinabi natin positive, yung okay naman. Love, desire, delight, hope, and bravery. Kumbaga, ito klaseng passion that push your emotion para gawin yung mga bagay. Pag ganito, positive, magiging positive yung outcome. Dito naman, we have B, the negative emotion. Hatred, horror, sadness, despair, fear, and anger. Pag ito naging basis ng iyong decision making, yung takot, yung lungkot na nararamdaman, yung pighati, lahat ng takot, galit, yun nandyan na sa'yo, possible talaga isa tinawag na negative emotion because the action nito, based on this emotion, will be having a result of negative also. Next, we have here, fear. Disturbance of mind of a person confronted by danger or harm. It is instinct for a self-preservation. Okay? tandaan nyo, pag sinabi nating self-preservation, pag nagkakaroon tayo ng takot, we are in what kind of behavior? Ano ba? Pag takot ka, anong klaseng behavior meron ka? You are being a defensive. Okay, tandaan nyo ha. Pag sinabing fear, okay, tandaan, instinct of self-preservation, kumbaga natatakot ka, baka possible kasi nasa danger ka or harm, you are being in a defensive, dagdagan natin dito, behavior. Tandaan nyo yan ha. Nawa ng kadimao ang O. Okay. Next. Pag sinabi nating violence, okay, very understandable. Any physical force exerted to a person by another free agent, pag sinabi free agent, another tao, for the purpose of compelling said person to act against his will. Bodily torture, maltreatment, isolation, and mutilation are examples of violence against person. Ito yung matatawag mo siyang violence. Ikaw, as a police, pinilit mo yung tao na umamin sa kasalanang hindi niya naman ginawa para magiging successful lang yung investigation na meron kayo sa isang case. Tinorture, okay, ito na yung example dito, gitorture ninyo siya, physical abuse, okay, gi-isolate pagid, gikulong, okay, so it can be called as a violence. So ano yung magiging keyword niyo dito? Physical force exerted. Ha, tandaan niyo pag violence, physical force exerted. Hindi kasi matatawag na violence if ang certain force or ang gi-exert nimo as a person is yung emotional damage, mga paninira, isiraanan nimo yung puri. It's not violence anymore. Okay, next. Pag sinabi natin habits is lasting readiness and facility born of frequently repeated, highlight ninyo which have repeated acts, okay, of or acting in a certain manner. Acting in a certain manner, kumbaga, you are used to it, of doing that kind of habit of yours. So, ano ba? Certain experience shows how to easy for one to acquire a habit. It also implies that a habit is not easy to overcome or alter. Kumbaga, nahihirapan tayo daw na tanggalin yung habit na meron tayo kasi pag once na paulit-ulit nating ginagawa, hindi na daw yan maiiwasan. Kumbaga, ano na talaga siya, kumbaga nakasanayan mo na kasi, kaya sanay na din yung katawan mo na gawin yun. Kumbaga, yung magiging negative outcome nito of having a habit in terms of your decision making is that pag habit mo na kasi, you perform it with a little consciousness. Kumbaga, diba, pag habit na natin, nakasanayan na natin, pagising natin sa umaga, kape agad. Okay? Kumbaga, kasi habit na natin na nagkakape. Paggising mo ba, pag-isipan mo pa? Okay, pagising mo ba, pag-iisipan mo kung anong klaseng kape? No, it's not. Kasi habit mo na ang kinakape mo tuwing umaga, kopi ko black. Pagising mo sa umaga, nagkakaroon ka ng habit, a year ka nang umiinom ng kopi ko black, pag-iisipan mo na ba? No, it's not. Kasi, kaya sinabing, perform with a little conscious. Kumbaga, hindi mo na siya pinag-iisipan sometimes kasi nakasanayan mo na siyang gawin. Next, we have here, the voluntariness. Voluntariness, from the Latin word voluntas. Okay, highlight nito. We have Latin. Voluntas, referring to the will. It is essential to an act. Without it, act is a mere act of man. So, anong ibig sabihin natin dyan? Pag sinabing voluntariness, it is done without coercion. Hindi ka pinilit. Walang exert na effort, something negative. Pag sinabing voluntariness as a person, you are being what? You are what? Aware. Tandaan yan. You are being aware of what you are doing. Conscious ka. Okay. Conscious. You are being conscious sa ginagawa mo. Then, walang certain outside factor na nakapag-apekto in terms of your action. Kumbaga, walang ibang nag-push mo bakit mo yun gagawin. Kumbaga, ito yung natin kanina, synonym, kumbaga, ng freely. Okay? So, sabi dito, primarily intended by the doer. Okay, keyword, intended mo talaga, sadya mo. Kaya sinabing aware, you're being conscious. Next, we have, okay, example na lamang ito. Classification of voluntariness. Fully knows and fully intends, yes. magiging imperfect daw if a person who act without fully realizing what he means to do or intending the act. Okay, merong conditional dito. If a person is being forced by circumstances beyond his control. Ito yung sabi ko, may mga outside factor. Okay? Yes, yan yung. Person doing an act willfully. Another term that you can, is doing act willfully. Okay? Whether he likes it, regardless of whether he likes it or not. Next, we have here the right. Pag sinabi natin right, objectively, it is anything which is owed or due. Subjectively, that is residing a person right is moral power bound to be respected by others of doing, possessing, or requiring something. In short, pag sinabi natin right, it is what? Entitlement. Okay, pwede nating magiging, entitlement of what? That is, okay, sulat natin, that is morally or legally. Okay, legally. You are being, and it is an entitlement that it is morally or legally permitted. Okay, permitted. Yan lang ang pwede nating sa right. Okay? Moral power, bound to be respected by others. Okay, you are being permitted by others to do that. Doing, possessing, or requiring something. It is your right. Okay? Discuss natin, elaborate natin what is right. We have different types of rights. We have here natural rights. Based on natural law, that is human nature. Yan lang sinabi dyan. So, ano ibig sabihin pag sinabi natin natural rights? Ito yung mga, what? Pag sinabi na natural, it was not given by others. Pag sinabing it was not given by others, pagbata sa imo, pagwas mo sa sakang sang mama mo, ara na sa imo. And emphasize, it cannot be taken away sa imo. Hindi na siya pwede kuhaon sa imo. Okay, ano magiging example nito? Tayo na tao, pagbata, pagbutwa, tapalang diri sa kalibutan, we have the right to life. Okay? Yan, ibig sabihin, the best talaga yan. Mamuhay tayo hanggat gusto natin. Okay? Next, we have here human rights. Based on human positive laws. Okay? Pag sinabi nating human rights, yun ang sinabi dyan, positive laws. Kumbaga, it is being, yung natural rights na meron tayo is being what? Being formalized. Gi-formalize lang. Bakit? What's the purpose? Okay? Kasi nga, we have the laws. It was being, okay, highlight na, sulat na lang natin dito. Okay, pag sinabi natin human rights, yung natural rights na meron tayo is being what? Gi-formalize lang. Okay? Para magkaroon naman ng responsibility yung batas na i-formalize yung natural rights na meron tayo. Kaya tinawag siya na human rights. Natural rights is in general. Human rights, ginawa nila ng formal yung natural rights na meron tayo. Okay? Next, we have here, okay, tandaan nyo lang ha, pag sinabing human rights, batas po ito. Isinibatas. Next, we have civil rights, are those dependent upon laws of the state. Pag sinabing civil rights, ito yung mga rights na binigay sa tao to justify the equality and protection. Okay, maprotektahan tayo. And to serve also equality. Kumbaga, kung anong opportunity na pwedeng ibigay sa akin, pwede ding ibigay sa inyo. Okay, that is equality. Kung anong proteksyon na ibibigay sa akin, yun din ang ibibigay na proteksyon sa inyo. Kaya tinawag siyang civil rights. Again, next we have ecclesiastical rights dependent upon the laws of a church or religious sector. Pag sinabi natin ecclesiastical, ito yung a certain authority and freedom na binigay sa mga religious sector to manage religious affairs. Okay, yun lang. Ulitin ko. Pag sinabi natin ecclesiastical rights, ito yung mga authority or autoridad na binigay, authority and freedom na binigay sa mga religious sector para magkaroon sila at how to manage based on the religious affairs. Next, alienable rights. Pag sinabi natin alienable, sabi ito, civil religious right that can be renounced, removed, or surrendered. Very understandable. Ito yung rights na what? That can be renounced, removed, or surrendered. Pwedeng kunin sa'yo. Ano yon? Okay, pwede natin example yan. The property. Halimbawa, ako, meron akong 1 hektaryang lupa. Pwede kong ibigay yon sa mga possible na magiging anak ko. Okay? Inilipat yung authority na meron ako sa lupa, ibinigay sa anak ko. That is, alienable rights na pitla na. Pwedeng ilipat. Pwede ding ilipat yung obligation. Right mo na magpakain. Halimbawa, ako, yung parents, nag-asawa ko, lalaki. Example lang ha. Tapos, nag-anak kami. Ngayon, separated kaming dalawa. Yung authority binigay sa akin una ako mag-aalaga, magpakain, magpaaral sa anak. Ngayon, pag dumating yung panahon, pwede ko namang ilipat yung obligasyon na meron ako sa anak ko dun sa ama ng bata. Okay, nakuha nyo. That is alienable rights. Pwedeng ilipat ang rights na yan. Example, the property or obligations. Next, we have here the right of jurisdiction. Kasi namin right of jurisdiction, power of lawful authority given to its subjects. Okay, ito yung jurisdiction. Pag may nangyayaring cases. Okay, sino yung may jurisdiction sa ganyang cases? In terms of the case being violated. Okay, next we have here right of property. A right of property, power to own, barter, sell, lend, change, or give away one's personal possession. Ito yung power to exercise na magkakaroon tayo ng pwede nating ilipat. Right of property, power to own. Tayo, pwede tayong magkaroon ng sarili nating lupa, magbili. Pwede nating i-barter. Kung gusto mo ang lupa mo 100 hectare, ipaswap mo sa minivan. Pwede mo ibaligya, pwede mo ipalend, parintahan, ipa-change. O pwede mo pong i-give away, ihatag sa ibang tao. Okay? Ulitin ko pala yung kanina, yung right of jurisdiction. It is what? Ito yung power na ibinigay for a certain authority na you are going to exercise and make legal decision about the case of what you are having with or about a case you are dealing with. Okay, right of jurisdiction. Pwede kang mag-decide, exercise legally. Okay, emphasize natin yung legal dapat. Next, we have juridical rights based on law in relation to administration of justice. So what is juridical rights? It is a kind of rights that kaya siya ginawang right that legal system acknowledges it. Okay? That if violated, person can seek help or remedy. But it is a system na pag once na violate tayo as a person, pwede tayong tumulong to seek help or to improve what has been violated. So, ano yon? Example natin, the right to have due process. Pag sinabi na yung due process, yung halimbawa, yung pag halinuli ka, dapat ganito yung ginawa sa'yo. Dapat hindi i-violate yung human rights mo. So, pwede mong i-raise yung mo, na it was being violated. Then, the certain higher officers or the legal counsel of yours, pwede kanyang tulungan na ma-address yung concern mo based on the violation on the due process. Next, we have also example, aside sa due process, right to legal protection. Yung mga tao na hinuli, then need nila ng personal protection based on their, kasi nanganganib yung buhay nila. So, pag once na hindi ka satisfy, based on that legal system being given to you, the protection, pwede mo ngayon i-justify na I need improvement. So, you can seek help for improvement. So, kaya siya tinawag na juridical rights. Based on the rights of a certain na nag-follow sang legal system, gina-acknowledge sang system naton that once being violated, you can able to seek help or ask for a remedy. So next, na isa-isa malay ni human rights. Wala pala. Abi na akong nag-discuss na po ko niya na next day nga slides. So ito lang, human rights pertaining to the rights of man, inherent to man being, okay, highest form of rights. So, hindi na natin i-emphasize yan. So, proceed tayo sa skip natin si basic human rights. Proceed tayo dito sa Bill of Rights, which we have here the definition. This is a list of individual liberties, freedom, rights which are guaranteed and protected under the Article 3 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution. It's the protection of individuals against abuses of the state. Okay, this likewise pertains to protection of the rights of an accused. Okay, tandaan yan. Emphasize natin yung ito pag sinabing Bill of Rights, it pertains to the protection of the rights of an accused. So it means the purpose of this bill is to limit the government based on their power. Kumbaga, when say Bill of Rights, ginawa ito para limitahan yung power na meron ng government na pwedeng maabuso yung mga accused natin. Kahit sino sa atin to protect certain individual coming from the overpower na pwedeng gawin ng gobyerno para sa atin. Okay? Bill of Rights, again, ulitin ko, the purpose, bakit nagkakaroon tayo ng Bill of Rights, it is because to limit the government power na pwede nilang gawin sa atin to protect us, we, as an individual, based on our liberties na meron tayo. Example nito, we have the right to remain silent, yung sa Bill of Rights natin, right to bail, yung mga right to due process of law. Okay, next, duty. Objectively, it is anything we are obliged to do. Highlight, we are obliged to do or to omit. We are obliged to follow or not to follow. Yan yon. Next, subjectively, it is a moral obligation to incumbent upon a person of doing, omitting, or avoiding something. So what does it mean? Pag sinabi nating duty, it can be morally or legally. Pag sinabi nating morally, wala namang batas na nagsasabi na gawin mo yan, pero based on what is right, you need to do that. Okay? Kaya sinabing morally. Utang na lang natin dari. It is what? Morally. Kaya bakit sinabing morally? Even though there is no law that requires you to do that, but the morality, what is right, is oblige you to do that. Okay? Kasi yun yung tama. Pag sinabi naman nating legally, ito na yung nagsasabi na meron talagang batas na nagsasabi na sa'yo na gawin mo yan. Example, yung magbayad tayo ng tax. Okay, duty mo yan na magbayad tayo ng tax. Next, it is also can be a social. Okay, social duty. Pag sinabi natin social duty, what are the responsibility that we need to follow if we are in the community? Yung makipaghalubilo tayo sa ibang tao. Okay, makipag-usap tayo ng maayos. Makipag-build tayo ng relationship sa kanila. That is the right thing to do and that is our duty. Kasi naman, pag hindi ka naman, you are not going to follow that kind of building relationship to the community which is being a social. Kumbaga, tatawagin ka ngayon, others. Okay, hindi ka makabalo makisama. Next, pwede nating i-add, pag sinabi nating morally, legally, socially, we have also professionally. Okay, being professional. Okay, we have a certain duty na meron din sa mga professional. Okay, tandaan nyo ha. Okay, another one, pag sinabi nating duty, it is what? Requiring to perform. Again, pag sinabi nating duty, kumbaga may ginapa-require sa imo nga dapat mo himuon morally, legally, socially, and professionally. Okay, yan yung mga certain kumbaga mga bases sa imo nga duty. Pwede morally, legally, socially, and professionally. Dapat pag sinabing duty, must do. Okay, dapat mong gawin. Highlight para sagad. No, it's not. Caps lock para sagad. Okay? So, next. Duty, sabi dito, moral obligation because it depends upon free will. As such, it resides on a person. Duty is defined by law and willful neglect of duty makes the person accountable for such an act. Pag sinabi natin neglect of duty, okay, pag nagkaroon kang neglect of duty, it will result for a disciplinary action. Okay? Halimbawa, pag kayo naging police kayo next time, ngayon nakikita ka ng binugbog sa harapan mo mismo, dahil nakita mo yung nambugbog, napakalaki, mas malaki pa sa'yo, hindi mo tinulungan yung binugbog, umalis ka. Ngayon, you as a police officer, you are liable for a certain administrative case which is neglect of duty. Pwede ka ngayon bigyan ng disciplinary action. So, saan align yung example natin na nagkaroon ng neglect of duty? Pwede natin yang ipasok sa legally, pwede din natin yan siyang ipasok professionally. Okay? Kasi it is your duty. Okay, wa naman ni nag-agi akong pen. It is your duty professionally to protect as a law enforcement officer. Okay, next. Kinds of duty are those imposed by natural law. Okay. Example, duty to care for health. The positive duties are those imposed by human positive law. So, anong pinagkaiba nila? Duty to pay taxes, example, observe traffic rules. Bakit imposed by human positive law? Ginawa itong duty na to para yung batas na meron tayo, magiging positive yung outcome. Kaya positive law. Okay? Next, discuss natin pag sinabing affirmative duties are those which require the performance of a certain act. Pag sinabing affirmative, sulat na naman tayo, do not refrain. Pag sinabi natin refrain from doing this act. From doing this act. Okay? Do not refrain from doing this act. So, ano nga ba are those which require the performance of certain... Example, you are being tasked as a police officer to cast a ballot during election. So, dapat gawin mo yun kasi pag hindi mo ginawa, hindi magiging successful yung election na meron tayo. Kumbaga, it is being affirm, you are being affirmative. Dapat gawin mo lang kasi ito yung gina-require. Kaya siya tinawag na require, ito naka-highlight nga. Being what? Require to perform you as a person. It is your duty na dapat sundin mo lang. Halimbawa, pag sinabing casting o babalot during election, professionally niya, based on your obligation. Trabaho mo yan. Applying for a business license, it is necessary. Kasi nagkakaroon ka ngayon ng business, it requires you a license. Kasi pag wala kang license, then hindi ka affirmative sa responsibility na pinapagawa sa'yo ng batas. Okay? Next, we have here the negative duties. Pag sinabi nating negative are those which require the omission of certain acts such as another, natin dito, kung kanina, si affirmative is do not refrain. Huwag mong iwasan. Ito naman, refrain. Okay, mali yung color. Change natin. Pag sinabi nating refrain from doing this act. Refrain from doing this act, which means iwasan mo na gawin itong klaseng mga duties. So, what does it mean? Sabi nga dito sa definition, are those which require the omission of a certain omit. Huwag mong gawin. Okay? Not carrying illegal firearm. Magdala sang illegal, wala lisensya. Not destroying the property of another. So, huwag mong sirain ang property ng ibang tao. So, ang pinagkaiba nila, pag sinabing affirmative, kumbaga, gawin mo. Gawin mo yung pinapagawa sa'yo. Okay? Dito naman sa negative, iwasan mo yung gawaing mga ganyan. Okay? Huwag mong gawin yung act na ganyan. For example, ito yung pag-carry ng illegal firearm, pagsira ng property ng ibang tao. Okay, next. I hope you understand. Sana man you give time to listen to my discussion kasi labas ito sa quiz ko sa Monday. Next, we have here, value. Value, pag sinabi nating value is something a person prizes, Okay, esteems as importance is a concept that describe. Okay, in short, pag sinabi nating value, ito yung what? Ano? Your being what? Honest. Ito yung honesty na meron ka. Integrity. Okay, intindihan nyo lang. Integrity. Na kahit walang nakatingin, gagawin mo pa rin yung tama. Okay? Kahit walang nakatingin, gagawin mo pa rin yung tama. Next, we have different kinds of value. So, first, we have biological value. Pag sinabing biological, ito yung, sabi dito, necessary to the physical survival of man as an organism, life and health. Pag sinabi nating life and health, it means we are going to what? Okay, highlight natin. We are going to maintain naton ang aton nga maintain physical condition. Okay, condition. Pag sinabi naman natin sa life, ano mga ibig sabihin ng life? Avoiding. Dapat iwasan natin yung harm. Avoiding harm. Pag sinabi naman natin sa work, okay, or ito yung pagiging, yung safety na meron tayo, okay, pag sa work natin, okay, protection of physical danger. Okay, inisa-isa natin, which is life, health, food, okay, yung shelter na meron tayo. It is all about, pag sinabi ng biological, preservation of our life. Okay, sulat natin dito. Preservation of our life. Tandaan nyo yan. I hope you understand. Next, social values. It means what? Social values necessary to the sensual need and fulfillment. Kumbaga, pag sinabing social values, ito yung, ano ba, example dito, marriage, family and home, parental authority, education. Itong klase mga example na to, it guides us how we are going to interact with other people. It is all about what? Pag sinabi natin social values, interaction. And how we build caps lock para sagad relationship. Hindi relationship sa migo kasi miga to others in general. Paano ka makipag-build ng relationship sa ibang tao? Kaya isa tinawag na social values. Paano ka makipaglagay din natin cooperate? Okay, yan yung social values. Next, we have here rational values. Pag sinabi natin rational, necessary to the functions and fulfillment of intellect and will, guide and control of oneself, religion. Okay, pag sinabing rational, we as a person, how we are going to what? Value facts that we have. Paano natin pahalagahan yung mga katotohanan or yung mga facts na meron tayo? Hindi yung fact ha, my God. Value facts as basis. Yun ang magiging basis natin ngayon. Basis on what? Decision making. Okay, tandaan nyo yan. Pag sinabing natin rational values, ito yung kung paano yung tao bigyan niya ng halaga yung mga nakukuha niyang impormasyon na mahalaga na magiging basihan niya in terms of decision making on ano man yung gagawin niya sa buhay niya. Next, we have virtue. Virtue here, sabi, a habit that inclines the person to act in a way that harmonizes with his nature. The habit of doing good, the opposite is vice, the habit of doing bad. So, pag sinabi nating virtue, in short lang, para mas madalian, always, quote ni ma'am, always follow what is right. Okay? Always follow what is right. Yan yung virtue. Kumbaga, lahat ng ginagawa mo is what? For good. Nakuha. Next, meron tayong 4 na cardinal virtues. Basihan. Para matawag ka na virtue na, meron kang virtue na tao. So we have first, the prudence. The ability to govern and discipline oneself by means of reason and sound judgment, the virtue that attracts the intellect to choose the most effective means for accomplishing what is morally good and avoiding what is evil. Okay, ano ibig sabihin nito? Highlight natin. Naka-highlight naman i-highlight pagin natin. Hindi lang pula, laino na pod. Reason of sound judgment. So what does it mean? Ibig sabihin, pag ang tao merong prudence, exercising the right decision, a person having the ability to what? Anong ability ang ginano niya? Act wisely. Okay? Pag sinabi nating prudence, it refers to a person having the ability to act wisely with caution. Kumbaga pag sinabing caution, pag-iingat. Okay? Iniingatan niya kung ano man yung magiging possible na outcome sa ginagawa niya. Again, ulitin ko, pag sinabing prudence, it is what? A person, we as a person, we are having the ability to act wisely with caution para in order for us to what? Avoid. Anong iiwasan ba natin? Siyempre, yung always natin na nagagawa mistake, iiwasan natin na magkamali. Yan lang po pag sinabing prudence. Example, bago tayo mag-post sa social media about sa Unipass nga wala pa nag-abot, dapat isipon mo anay, bago mo na siya i-post. Post mo karon, share mo dito, dugay-dugay gid ang Unipass ang Ramon, may pa ang Green Valley. Okay, may pang Marbilos, ara na, may pang CIT. Karon gi-post mo na without thinking the consequences of that certain post, then wala kang prudence. Kasi alam mo na pag i-post mo yan, directly magkakaroon ng negative impact, which is a mistake. Okay? Sinisiraan mo yung reputation na meron ang school. Nakuha ninyo. So, dapat meron kayo nitong prudence. Next, we have here the temperance. Pagtitimpe. Kumbaga, resistance to temptation. And sabi dito, one's ability to moderate or avoid something, the virtue that regulates the carnal appetite for sensual pleasures, the ability to moderate. Okay, highlight natin yung mga pwede natin magiging keyword. We have here the moderation. We have also pwede nimong i-regulate. Ability to avoid, yes, magiging keyword. Pag sinabing instinct and emotion, the virtue that regulates a person wants also means self-control. Ito pa pala. Ito yung pinaka-the best na i-highlight natin. We have here the self-control. Pag sinabing temperance, it is all about self-control. So, ano yun? Tayo as a tao, dapat hindi tayo basta-basta magalit. Example yan ha, we have to control our anger. Kasi nga, na-discuss natin kanina, di ba, anger is an act of man that can possibly a reason na pwede mag-push to a certain act. Pag galit tayo, di ba, may nagagawa tayong bagay na hindi natin sometimes na pag-iisipan. Kumbaga, nangyayari ng biglaan. Okay. Nangyayari ng biglaan. Kaya sinasabi natin, nadala lang ko sa emotion. O yung sinasabi natin. So, kumbaga, pag hindi mo kayang i-control yung anger mo, galit ka agad, tapos tupa din ang kamot mo, negative. Another example is, halimbawa tayo, mag-jogging na ko, limit ko na soft drinks ko, pero day 1 lang hasta, pagka day 2, wala na kapadayon. Kaya nga aman, hindi ka kabalo mag-control sa sarili mo in terms of your what? Example, yung soft drinks, hindi mo talaga maiwasan na mag-inom. So, pag once, hindi mo yun maiwasan, then wala kang temperance. Example, another one. Imbis na mag-study, nag-cellphone. Wala kay control in terms of your screen time sa phone. So, pag once, kaya ni mo i-control, like possibly sa isang araw, makapag 2 hours ka lang na scroll sa TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, sa X, yan. Then, pwede ka makonsider as merong temperance. Pero whole day ka na nag-scroll sa mga cellphone. Wala kayo may nahimong obra, then wala kang temperance. Kasi you cannot able to resist temptation because that temptation has a negative impact. Next, we have here the fortitude. Courage to pursue. Highlight. Firmness of mind, the courage to endure. Okay? Ano yung magiging courage? Not courage to endure without yielding. Pag sinabi natin without yielding, kumbaga hindi ka natitibag strong. Kumbaga, naagyan ka na kapila ka bagyo, gatindog, kagyapon, gabato, kagyapon. The virtue that gives a person strength of will, the virtue that incites courage. So, ano ito? Erase. Ano ito? Patience, calmness, and composure enduring a situation, perseverance, the ability. Ano nga ba in short si fortitude? Ito yung pagiging what? I consider myself having this. Brave enough to face challenges. You are being brave enough to face challenges without any hesitation. Without hesitation na lang. Okay, kumbaga, bakit sabi ko na example ako na having a fortitude, courage to pursue. Kasi, mula grade 4, namatay na yung parents ko, wala na akong mama, papa. I have the courage enough to face the challenges as the youngest, okay? Oh my God. As the youngest, sa 7 namon ka mag-utod, okay? Then, lahat ng mga challenges na overcome ko siya, nakagraduate man ko subong, ara na ko sa tubang yoga, tudlo. So, lahat ng mga trials, problems, na na-face ko without my parents is I will consider as my person as having a fortitude. Okay, brave enough to face the challenges. Kung ano may ihaharap sa buhay mo, you are brave enough to overcome that kind of situation. So, it requires daw, pag may fortitude ka, dapat may ara ka daw sang pasensya. Kasi kung wala ka pasensya, dali ka lang maano, then magiging useless. Next, perseverance, the ability to go in spite the obstacle. Pag sinabi natin perseverance, padayon gyapon bis ka na budlayan na. Next, we have endurance, the ability to last. Dapat, yes, may pasensya, may perseverance. Then, hasta sa dulo nga ma-achieve mo tong goal nga gusto mo abuton, dapat ara kagyapon, gatindog, bakod. Okay, that is endurance. Okay, next we have here, the last one siguro, justice. Okay, giving what is due. The virtue that inclines the will to give to each what is due to him, the virtue that inclines to respect rights of others. In short, what is justice? Treating other fairly. Okay, yan yung point ng definition eh. The virtue that inclines the will to give to each what is due to him. The virtue that inclines the will to respect the right of others. Okay, treating other people fairly. That is justice. Okay? So, dyan mag-stop ang ating prelim week 1. Then, I hope, okay, balikan natin. Mahaba-haba din yung discussion na ginawa ko dito. Almost 1 hour and 10 minutes. Kapalit ng absent ni ma'am. Kapalit ng reorientation na ginawa natin. Then, kapalit ng holiday. Sana naman, give time to listen my discussion. Kasi on Monday and on Tuesday, we'll be having a quiz and we'll be having an activity which is yung nasabi ko sa inyo, a debate. So, ito yung mga discussion, magiging basis talaga ito ng quiz ko kasi wala akong pinapasok sa quiz na hindi ko na discuss. Okay? If any question, clarification, maybe you can clarify it on Monday and Tuesday. And that's all. Have a blessed Sunday or a Saturday, everyone. And mag-iingat po kayong lahat.